Welcome to another video from Gweilo 60. Today we're in the middle of nowhere. We're on the outskirts of Nanning City. We were going to go to Shibu, but we got sidetracked and ended up right here. Anyway, this video is about the foreigners, the Westerners that come to China and want everything in China to be the same as it is in the country that they come from. Well, they come here, and mostly they're older guys, and they bitch and complain about the food. They bitch and complain about the population. They complain about the pollution. They complain about lots of people everywhere. They'll only eat in McDonald's. They'll only eat at Burger King or KFC, Pizza Hut or Subway. They won't eat the Chinese food. They won't go shopping in the wet markets. They have to go to Walmart to get all of their food because they trust Walmart more than they trust the wet market. They think the wet markets are dirty. So they come here with the idea that they want everything the same. Why not just stay in the West if that's the way that you want it? If you're not willing to jump on a high-speed train and head for Beihai or Fenchengong, or go checking out the karst mountains of Gweilo and Yangzhou, why bother? If you're not willing to jump on a bus and head for Bobai or Yulin or some of the smaller communities that the high-speed trains don't go to, well, then you're missing out on the adventure of a lifetime. China can be anything that you want it to be. If you're willing to go out and actually explore, see what's out there, and not be afraid because, oh, I can't speak the language. Well, for the first number of years that I was coming to China, I couldn't speak the language either. And even today, I don't speak a lot of the language, but I speak enough to get by. I call it grab and pay. If you go into a store, you just grab something and pull money out of your pocket and say, how much is this? And after a while, you'll understand what what the price is, and you learn by doing. A lot of these guys that come to China, they don't want to learn anything. They don't want to even try, and they miss out on that experience, the Chinese experience that I've come to enjoy. Not only do I enjoy it, but I sort of live for it. It's in my blood now. I love this place. It's exciting. It's adventurous. There's so many things to do and see. But if you're not willing to get off your ass and go out there, like hanging out in a hotel doesn't cut it. Hanging out in a 5-star hotel with Western amenities doesn't cut it. It's not. That's not real China. This is real China. Look around you. This is real China. This is what cranks my turn. The small soup places, the crazy roads, the big trucks, just a little shop to get your oil in. The horns. Yeah, see, that's what China's all about. It's not about coming and wanting everything the same as it was at home. Usually those foreigners that are coming over and want everything exactly the same as it was back in their little world in the West, those are the ones that don't last very long in China. And you see a lot of teachers come over, or used to come over. I haven't seen a lot of them lately, but geez, I'm going down a hill here. I fall down and hurt myself. The old man. But they come over and they find out that it is so different here, and they're not willing to jump on an e-bike. They're not willing to rent a pedal bike or rent an electric car or rent. Now they've got these electric e-bikes for rent, and just going out and exploring around just Nanning City. It's they lost out on that Chinese experience, and this is what it's all about. Traveling to a different country, spending time in a different country is enjoyable. but as I say, it is what you make it. And if you don't, jump out of your comfort zone, walk down a street with a camera in your face and people looking at you like you're a crazy Gweilo, then you're missing out on that experience. Crazy, eh? And that's what I love about it. Don't get me wrong, if you like Western food and you're living in China, by all means go make yourself spaghetti or a pizza or do some pork chops, roast beef, whatever. But you're missing out on just the food. And it's such a big part of China that if you miss out on Chinese food while you're here and you're not willing to experiment, koro for one, it's a fatty pork that's boiled, the belly, yes, it's boiled, then it's deep fried, and then it's steamed with 5-star spice and taro root. And I looked at this stuff and I said, there's no frickin' way I'm gonna eat that. But you know what? As soon as I did try it and ate it, it was probably one of my most favorite foods. And I found that I was one of those picky eaters when I came out of Canada, and I'm gonna get run over here too. One of those picky eaters when I came out of Canada, and I wasn't willing to try a lot of stuff. But after 4 or 5 years of eating Chinese food or trying different things, I found out that I like Chinese food more than I like Western food. And now, when I'm in China, I don't eat Western food. I don't eat McDonald's. I don't go to Pizza Hut. And every once in a while I'll go for a spicy chicken burger at KFC. It's just one of those, it's one of my downfalls that I just can't not do it. I guess it's from coming from northern Saskatchewan. Hey, KFC, oh, it's $2 Tuesday. Yeah, it's one of those things, but you find that having soup for breakfast, noodle soup with cha sao or sautan, beef, hot peppers, pureed lemon, things like this that really make a breakfast, or just hitting the dim sum places, or all of these things, going out at night and hitting the Chinese restaurants and trying different things. Boy, if you don't do that in China, you're missing one of the biggest parts of China, because their food is frickin' amazing. What these Westerners should know before they come to China is that you're not going to be able to change China. If you come and you start bitching and complaining about all of the things that I've talked about during this video, well, you're not going to get the full experience. You got to sort of embrace the idea that here's China. This just tells it all to you. Here's a street, and look at the guy on the power line. Things like this where, oh, should we shut down the street? No, make the guy haul his ass over a power line, over all of these big trucks. You know what I mean? That's why China grows so fast, because they don't stop anything for anyway. So back, yeah, I digress. But the foreigners that come over and they don't want to try new things. The foreigners that come over and bitch and complain about how things are different, how things are dirty, how there's so many people, it's loud, it's freaking crazy. Yes, those are the ones that don't get the experience that they want. But then there's the foreigners that embrace China, the foreigners that come over and say, oh, everything is new, everything is neat. Yeah, let me try that barbecue duck head. Yeah, that's me. Drink some baijiu with the locals. Hit the farms in rural China. Travel around the country and see things and do things and sort of embrace the way of life. Immerse yourself in the Chinese experience. That's exactly what I've done. And if I didn't, I don't think I would have had a love for China like I do now. I probably would have been one of those people that came, watched, and left, just for the fact that if you don't embrace it, how the hell are you going to have any fun with it? There's a lot of things that the Westerners can learn from the Chinese. They all have hope for the future. They think tomorrow is going to be better than today. And that's probably why when you're walking down the street in China, everybody has a big smile on their face. Or not everybody, but most everybody has a big smile on their face. And you wonder, what do they know that I don't know? It's not maybe knowing something, but it's just having that feeling that, you know, life is good. I'm happy here. Their future is looking better than their past. And I think that has a lot to do with the way the Chinese government is helping bring a lot of people out of poverty. In an area like this, like we are on the outskirts of Nanning City. Wei Fong and I had to drive the e-bike for, I don't know, about 40 minutes, and may not even have enough power, but it is on a subway line, so if push comes to shove, I can put Wei Fong on a subway and send her back, and I can push the bike home or find a place to plug it in. So if you want to discover a whole new world, China is probably one of the better places to discover, because this place has culture, it has food, it has good people, it has craziness, it's got, they're building like nuts. It's an adventure. It's something that you can embrace if you're not scared to embrace it. So I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you're a Westerner coming to China, embrace what you see, embrace the food, embrace the people and the culture, and you'll have a great time. If you're going to be a skeptic of all of the things that go on around you in China, then you're not going to get you're not going to see the adventure. You're just going to see the bad side. And I hear a lot of that from the comments and whatever. But hey, it's probably people that haven't been to China. And that's another video from Gweilo 60. If you like this video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, push that share button, and thanks for watching. Bye now.